It is 1.3 Composition of Functions. Students will be able to explain the meaning of composition of functions and evaluate such functions. So composition of function is combining two functions. So I'm going to input x into some function y, and that output from f becomes the input of g. So I'm going to take whatever answer I got from f of this x, that's going to be inputted into g function, and that's going to be my final output. It looks something like this, and it's read as f of g of x. You can see either one of this on the regions, and we always do the part in red. I like the first one more because I kind of work inside my parentheses, then work my way out. We're going to do a few examples together. So exercise 1. Given f of x is x squared plus 5 and g of x is 2x plus 3, I'm being asked to find the following. The first one says f of g of 1. Remember, composition is two functions put together, and I'm going to do the one inside the parentheses first. In this case, I'm going to be doing g of 1. The letter tells me which function. I'm using my g function. So my g function is 2x plus 3, but now I'm trying to evaluate this for 1. So wherever I see x, I'm going to replace it with 1. This becomes 2 parentheses 1 plus 3, and this is 5. Now as the function, this replaces my g of 1, so I ended up having this becomes f of 5 using my f function, which is x squared plus 5, so this becomes 5 squared plus 5. 5 squared is 25 plus 5 is 30. And this is my final answer. Confused? Let's do a second one. G of f of 2. Do my inside parentheses first. F of 2, meaning I'm using my f function up here. So wherever I see x, I'm going to replace it with 2. So this becomes 2 squared plus 5. 2 squared is 4 plus 5 is 9. This output replaces that f of 2. So now I'm going to find g of 9. Using my g function, which is 2x plus 3, I'm going to find g of 9. This becomes 2 times 9 plus 3. 2 nines are 18 plus 3 is 21. Still confused? We're going to keep it going. Maybe a next example is going to clear you up. So g of 0. See? No f involved. I'm using the g function. Again, the same thing. Work inside first. What is g of 0? Using my g function, this becomes 2 times 0 plus 3. 2 times 0 is 0, of course, plus 3 is 3. Now that replaces my g of 0, which is 3, is going to be replaced here. Now I want to find g of 3. I'm still using the g function. Remember, the letter tells you what function to use. So my g function is 2x plus 3, but I'm evaluating it at 3. This becomes 2 parentheses 3 plus 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Alright, seems like you're getting it. Let's look at D, E, and F. I'm just going to bring this in here so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Same functions again. Now, remember I said to you that you can see this either way. This way or this way that's on top. I like the one better on top because I know I'm going to work inside my parentheses, then work my way out. So if you like that way, just rewrite it. This is the same thing as f of g of negative 2. Now that it looks like that, you will find g of negative 2, which is 2 times negative 2 plus 3. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. And remember, now this is being replaced, so I'm going to find f of negative 1 using my f function. This becomes negative 1 square plus 5. Negative 1 square is 1 plus 5 is 6. Great. Let's rewrite this. G of f of 3. Remember, you don't have to rewrite it. I just like it this way. First thing is f of 3. F of 3 becomes 3 square plus 5. 3 square is 9 plus 5 is 14. That's being replaced, and I'm going to find g of 14. So g of 14 is 2 times 14 plus 3. 2 times 14 is 28, plus 3 is 31. Final answer. Okay, and then we have the last one. Remember, rewrite it. f of negative 1. First thing, f of negative 1. This means I'm using my f function. Negative 1 square plus 5. This is 6. It's being replaced, and I'm using my f function again. This becomes 6 square plus 5. 6 square is 36. 36 plus 5 is 41. That's my final answer. Now let's see what's going on here. Now with the graphs. The graph below are functions y equals f of x and y equals g of x. Evaluate these evaluate the following based on these graphs. So now instead of doing a calculation, I'm being given the graph and I want to find this. So same procedure, same step. Work inside my parentheses, then out. So the first thing I want to do is find f of 2. Look for my graph. This is my f of x graph, and this is my g of x. So I'm looking for f of 2, meaning when x is 2, what's my y value? I go up to 2. My y value here is 1, 2, 3. Okay? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I go up. Each box represents 1. This is 1, 2, 3. Now same thing apply. I replace my f of 2 with the output. So now I'm going to find g of 3. Go to my g function, and I want to find g of 3, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and I go up. It's this point right here. And what's my y value at this point right here? This 1, 2, 3. So that is 3. Let's try one more. Find f of g of negative 1. Work inside out. So g of negative 1, meaning I'm using this function right here. So g of negative 1, I know it's here. That's where my x is. What's my y? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5, because I'm going down. This kind of gets cut off and replaced with negative 5. Now f of negative 5, meaning I'm going to this graph. When is it negative 5? So I know it's negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Go down. That looks like it's between, so that's going to be negative 1/2. Okay? Remember, this is my x-axis, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. It's right here. And I want to see here, where does this intersect the graph? It's right here. Notice it's between 0 and 1, so that's negative 1/2. Letter C says g of 1, so this becomes g of 1 using my g function. 1 is right here, so I go up, and it's actually this point right here. Remember, I'm trying to get the output, my y value. That's why I keep looking at my y-axis. This is 1, 2, 3. And then I replace that. G of 3 is equal to, so I'm still on my g graph. 1, 2, 3, go up. 1, 2, 3. g of 3 is actually 3, which is my final answer. What I want you to do, because this graph is a little confusing, pause the video and try the remaining 3 on your own. Yes, pause the video, just don't copy the answer, pause it. Thank you. Now that you got a chance to try it, let's check our answers out. Did you get D to be 3, E to be 2, and F to be 3? Great job. Super proud of you guys. So let's keep it moving with how does this work for a table? So example 3 says the company table define function f and g. This is my f table, this is my g table. The question is asking me to find what is g of f of 3. And again, if we rewrite this, it's asking me to find g of f of 3. So let's break this down. F of 3, meaning I'm looking at my f graph, and at f of 3, it's 5. Then I'm going to find g of 5. I'm on the g table, and at g of 5, it's 8, which is choice number 3. Okay, got to break it down. Work inside, then come on the outside. Given the function f of x is equal to 3x minus 2 and g of x is equal to 5x plus 4, determine the formulas in simplest y equals ax plus b. Alright, so not as complicated as it looks. Work inside g of x, 5x plus 4. Now I want to find f of 5x plus 4. Just know all we had was numbers. Here I have a little variable, constant, everything combined. So I'm using my f function. Wherever I see x, I'm replacing it with this entire thing. So I'm going to have 3 parentheses 5x plus 4 minus 2. All I did was replace this x. I'm going to distribute 15x plus 3 times 4 is 12 minus 2, and this becomes 15x plus 10. So f of g of x is equal to 15x plus 10. The only difference with this one, guys, is that now I have a variable. I just don't have numbers. Let's try it here. G of f of x. So first thing, what's my f of x? That's my inside my parentheses, 3x minus 2. So now I want to find g of 3x minus 2. And again, I'm using g function, which is 5x plus 4, but instead of x, I'm going to put this entire thing. This becomes 5 parentheses 3x minus 2 plus 4. Don't forget that plus 4. Distribute. 5 times 3 is 15x minus 10 plus 4. Combining my like terms is minus 10 plus 4 is going to give me minus 6. So my g of f of x is equal to 15x minus 6. Let's see how one more of this work. If you're still confused, that's okay. We're going to clarify that right now. Again, start on inside. What's my inside? G of x. So write that out. G of x is equal to x. No parentheses is needed here. You can, but it's not necessary. X minus 5. And remember, now instead of f of g of x, I know what g of x is. It's x minus 5. Using my f function, which is x squared, instead of x, I'm going to replace it with x minus 5 squared. And we can leave it as this, or we can simplify by using the box method as x squared minus 10x plus 25. And this can be my final answer. So really quick, how did I get that? Box method, box method, box method. Draw your box. This becomes x minus 5, x minus 5. Fill in the blanks. X squared minus 5x minus 5x and a 25. Combining my like terms, I'm left with that. Alrighty, our last example here says, given f of x is equal to 2x minus 5, g of x is minus x plus 2, and h of x is equal to x squared plus 3. I want to find f of g of 2. So the first thing is I work on the inside parentheses, which is g of 2. This becomes minus 2 plus 0. Oops, not plus 0, minus 2 plus 2. The answer is equal to 0. Then I work on f of 0. F meaning I'm using this function. 2 times 0 plus 5 is equal to 5. And that's my final answer. Again, you're not sure about this? Rewrite it. F of g of 2. Same exact thing. Work inside first. G of 2 equals to minus 2 plus 2, which is 0. And I want to find f of 0 now, which becomes, using my f function, 2 times 0 plus 5, which is equal to 5. Yes, I did this spitefully to show you that if I write it f of g of 2, or I write it this way, I get the same exact answer. Okay, so either way they mean the same exact thing. Right here, right there. I did that spitefully, yes. So g of f of negative 5. First thing, start with my inside. Negative 5, so this becomes my f function, 2 times negative 5 minus 5. This is minus 10 minus 5 is minus 15. And I'm going to find g of minus 15. Minus parentheses, minus 15. Remember there was that negative x plus 2. This becomes 17. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna pause this video and you're gonna try number 4, 5, and 6. Yes, on your own. You have a quiz to take right after. Go for it. Now that you got a chance, check your work. Did you get 33, negative 2, and 28? If not, this is where you see where you went wrong, or check in with myself or Miss Ewing.